Hi guys, it's Mike here from KS Bushcraft Down Under. Today I thought I'd go a bit off track on what I normally talk about and talk about home solar photovoltaic panels. Now I've been a big fan of them, and I've had them installed at my home for just over 3 years now. Now we're copping a bit of flack in the media, all us solar guys, and we're being blamed with making the grid unstable and adding to the costs and all that. So I thought I'd crunch the numbers, and just so you be able to crunch your numbers at home to see if solar is for you. For me, it was a fabulous investment, and I'll go through how I come to that in both dollars and cents, and for the environment itself. So where I am in Western Australia currently, electricity costs 26.4 cents per kilowatt hour. Now they've just announced that that's going to rise 14% over the next 2 years. That'll bring it up in 2018 to 32 cents a kilowatt. Now for the homes that have solar panels fitted here, we have a program where the excess power we generate is exported to the grid under the Renewable Energy Buyback Scheme. Now the value of that has been dropping dramatically. Currently it's sitting at 7.13 cents a kilowatt hour and expected to fall again. So in my home, my nominal generation capacity is 4.75 kilowatts. So it never actually gets to that point as the sun tracks across the sky. Now, most of the electricity generated in Western Australia is roughly 50-50 brown coal, and it's a wet brown coal, and natural gas. So the amount of grams of CO2 released per kilowatt hour for brown coal is around a kilowatt hour, and for gas it's about 477 grams. Now West Australia has heaps of gas, but to buy that gas we have to compete with the international price. Well, you like selling your own stuff. So I worked it out on this 50-50 split. So over 3 years my home is exported 20 megawatts or 20,000 kilowatt hours. I've imported 2 megawatts from the grid, mainly at night time when my solar's not working, and I've used 7 megawatts of my own power during the day. So in CO2 I've saved the planet, if you like. That would have been generated if I didn't have the solar panels. It's 20 tons of solar, 20 tons of CO2 that didn't need to be burnt to power my house over the last 3 years. So I think that's a huge environmental saving. Okay. Now, dollars and cents. My original investment was about $3,000 for the panels, the inverters, and because of more state government bureaucracy, I have 3-phase power at home, so I had to have an inverter per phase, where I could have had one large one. I had to have 3 smaller ones to keep the balance right on the grid, so that was an additional cost. But anyway, $3,000. So I've received $1,450 for the power I've sold to the grid, and the money I've saved by that 7 megawatts of my own power is $1,850, and I've paid $528 for the power I've brought in from the grid over 3 years. So as you add it all up, it's $3,300. So in 3 years I've recouped the outlay, and with the life expectancy of these panels and stuff being about 20 years, I'm well ahead, and the planet's well ahead. So it's really a no-brainer. Now yesterday it was 43 degrees Celsius, which is about 109 Fahrenheit yesterday. So I had my air conditioners running during the day, and it still exported power to the grid. I mean, how good is that? So there's talk afield here that they want to charge us guys with small scale solar more than the regular household charge, which is 40 cents a day, by the way, to connect to the grid. So they want to charge us more than that to recoup for the energy that we're not burning. I mean, how green is that? So I've looked at battery storage, but I'm powering basically 2 other homes from my house. But if I go over off-grid and into a battery storage system, they won't get the advantage of my generation capacity. So that would be sort of sold as selfish. So what caught our government by surprise was who took these panels up. Just a bit like mobile phones. My area has 30% of homes with solar panels because it's really that simple. So in Australia, the average is about 14.6% or 16.4% of homes with solar panels, and we've got plenty of sun here. But what Australia ranks at about fifth in the world in watts per person. But the elephant in the room is 85% of the investment has been by mums and dads at home, not huge scale government projects, because the influence on our government by big coal and these fossil fuel generators are really trying to hang on to a dying industry. Anyway, that's me finished grizzling for the day. But so home solar, it's good for your wallet and it's good for the planet. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.